It's obvious that you listen to this show to hear about and support other people's dreams. But what about yours? What is your dream project? I'm here to help you break through whatever is in the way of your dreams and get you to the finish line. Go to dreamingbigcoaching.com today and take the first step. Literally, it's a button you can click to sign up for a free consultation with me. Let's find out if I can help you reach your goal. Click on Take the First Step. It's that simple to start the rest of your life. Get coached by Rob Southgate at dreamingbigcoaching.com. Welcome back to Go Fund This, the podcast where you find out about the coolest crowdfunding campaigns out there that you want to know about. I'm your host, Rob Southgate, and today I am joined by Ken Spencer to discuss the Indiegogo campaign for Arthur's Guide to Martian Life. You may recognize Ken from an earlier episode when we talked about Northland Saga, Lord of Ice and Cold by Frog God Games. Well, that campaign crushed its goal of $500 by pulling in $11,232. Now Ken's back with another campaign, this time for Why Not Games. With 8 days left, it's already almost tripled its goal. I know you want to hear about this one.
Welcome back to Go Fund This.
Without
it feels
further
like you
delay,
were just on, but you're an active guy. So
I'm busy. I work for two different game companies. I'm here representing Why Not Games and Rocket Age.
yes. Oh, I am really excited to hear about this game. Actually, I've been so busy with TTRPG Insider and Go Fund This lately that I haven't had a chance to explore these as much. This is tweaking all my buttons, so I can't wait to get into it. Before we get jumping in, let's say a couple of things. Number one, for Go Fund This, you can find us on Facebook. That's the best place for now. Or you can follow me on Twitter at rsouthgate. But if you type in Go Fund This on Facebook, you'll come to the Go Fund This Facebook page. It's a way to communicate with me. It's a way to get links if you don't get them from the show notes here. It's a way to be active, and also suggest to me if you have a Kickstarter or GoFundMe and Indiegogo, whatever it is out there, backer kit, send it my way through that Facebook page. Or you can email me directly at rob@TTRPG Insider, which is also kind of a sister podcast to this, where we interview people like Ken, who's going to be on there soon, to really get into their story, talk about their game, some, but talk about them. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun we've been having. So Ken is here today to talk about Arthur's Guide to Martian Life, which is part of Rocket Age, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And we have already hit your goal. You had a goal of $500. We've got 9 days left, and you're at the time of recording, and you're at 266% of it. You're at $1,330. Let's blow the lid off this. Anybody listening, get in there, support this. We want to really show a love for Rocket Age. You've already hit the goal, so the risk is negligible at this point, right?
Yeah, we've paid everything. The way we set up our funding goals on our crowdfunding at Why Not Games is we aim to pay our layout artists. We aim to pay our graphic designers, our artists, our cover artists, all of those people. And then what's left over, we pay ourselves.
Right.
So we take care of our people first, and then if we can take care of ourselves, we do. And
okay, so let's get Ken paid.
Yeah, exactly. I promise not to spend it foolishly on little pulp action miniatures.
Actually, I think you should, though. I think this audience would appreciate that.
I certainly will, yeah.
And I think we now have a hashtag for this show, hashtag Let's Get Ken Paid. So Ken, why don't you give, I know that we did it on the other episode, but if people haven't heard, tell them a little bit about who you are and what you do.
I am a professional game writer and designer. I've been in the industry for about 14 years now. I've worked from everyone from Chaosium to Steve Jackson Games, Cubicle 7, Gunmetal Games, the Liftar Games, the list goes on and on. I'm the co-owner with my wife of Why Not Games, and I'm a partner at Frog God Games.
Excellent. And we've had a lot of Frog God Games on here. I can't speak today. Not enough coffee. But Ken, you're here today to talk about your game company and about Arthur's Guide to Martian Life. You know what? I want to get a little history of Why Not Games. Let's start there.
Why Not Games was founded in 2017. A good friend of my wife and I's, Sam Parrish Dickey, we were sitting at a coffee shop. She's was an artist, and we were basically just complaining about the various freelance jobs we had to do. And we wanted to do our own games and our own art and do it the way we wanted to. And she said, why not? And I couldn't come up with a good reason why not. So we started Why Not Games right there at the coffee shop. My wife is in marketing and graphic design and does layout. So she, of course, jumped in because she wants to work for a game company and wants to get done with, real world jobs with corporate structures. And we've been running ever since. We lost Sam to pancreatic cancer several years ago, but we are keeping the vision we created in that coffee shop going and alive. And we're continuing to push Rocket Age. Rocket Age was written for Cubicle 7. I left Cubicle 7, took Rocket Age with me to start Why Not Games.
It's so cool. And did your wife do the graphics on this for Arthur's Guide?
No, actually, Arthur's Guide, the layout is done by one of our gaming friends who is a graphic designer and wanted to break out and do something different from his usual run of the mill.
Well, he's amazing.
The layout on that. The art is all by Eric Utterback.
I'm sorry, by who?
Eric Utterback.
Eric, shout out to Eric because it is fantastic. I love the artwork I'm seeing throughout your Indiegogo here. Oh, also, this is on Indiegogo. So anyone listening, as we've said before, you can find it in the show notes. But if you want to go explore it yourself right now, go to Indiegogo.com, look for Arthur's Guide to Martian Life, look up Why Not Games, look up Ken Spencer. It's all going to pull up when you do that. It might even pull up if you type in Rocket Age. You might even get it that way. So one way or another, get in there and support this. Okay, let's talk about the project.
Sure.
So tell me exactly what you are funding here.
Okay, Arthur's Guide to Arthur's Guide to Martian Life is it's for Rocket Age. It's for the Rocket Age setting, the 1938 that never was in the solar system that should have been. It is a compendium of strange life on Mars. Arthur Wesley is an ongoing character in the Rocket Age setting. He is a xenobiologist, and he investigates strange alien life, usually from the inside of their stomachs on out. Rumors of his death are constantly being disproven. It's part of his backstory. And this is it's a combination of, it's a guide to the ecosystems of Mars. So what's life like in the rice grass savannas? What's life like in the dead canal valleys? What is there that's not necessarily going to eat your hero, but what is your interesting background creatures? And then from there, we move on to, here are the things that are going to eat your heroes. Here are the monsters that you fight or challenges, each one with story hooks. So you can just flip through as the GM and go, I like that monster. Here's how I'm going to use it. And then we end with a in-universe addendum by another Rocket Age reoccurring character, Frank Knight, and it's his look at artificial life on Mars.
Fantastic. So what you've got is is there going to be an actual physical book? I see there's a PDF.
Yes, it's available in PDF and also in a print copy.
Okay.
And it's available in classic Rocket Age system, which is the original story point driven, more narrative role-playing game, and also for Rocket Age 5e.
Let's get into the tiers a little bit here. First of all, I see that you have your starting tier here, $12. You get a 5e PDF or just an Arthur's Guide PDF. Is that two different things, or am I looking at the same thing?
5e or classic, your choice.
Got it. Okay. And then we just go on from there. You've got a level, $20 level PDF and print. Are there any other levels you want to highlight? Oh, looks like there's only one more level after that.
There's also add-ons. So in case you're new to Rocket Age, you can go ahead and get the Rocket Age core book and Blood Red Mars and either classic or 5e, PDF or print right there through the Indiegogo, and we'll ship them all to you at once.
There's the add-ons. That's what I was looking for here. Excellent. Oh man. And once again, the artwork on this is so fantastic. And I think that I'm going to need this on my screen here. All shall bow before me, roboqueen. I mean, this is just fantastic, Ken. So people can get the whole thing through the Indiegogo, and they can jump in and start playing Rocket Age and go all the way up through Arthur's Guide to Martian Life, correct?
It'll be everything you need to get going, yes, including Blood Red Mars has a starter adventure in it, the Stolen Artifact. So if you get that, the core book, and Arthur's Guide, you're ready to go for adventures for quite a while. We have additional products, of course, but we didn't want to clutter the Indiegogo with our entire catalog.
Sure. And I know that PDF fulfillment comes through Drive-Thru RPG, which is one that we have talked about on this show quite a bit. We've talked about it on TTRPG quite a bit as well. I can put links in the show notes directly to that as well. Makes it easy for people that want to jump in and buy some of your other things. Ken, and Indiegogo is a little funny. It's a little different. Are there stretch goals?
No, we tend to avoid those on Indiegogo because it's not part of the Indiegogo format or culture, you could say. But also, as a small company, stretch goals are a good way for us to get into a lot of trouble.
Okay. So best to avoid them. I actually did an Indiegogo where we had stretch goals. That's why I asked. They were hidden, though. It was one of those things like, hey, we hit this, and internally we are going to do this when they hit this number. But we didn't really put it out there until like we hit it. And we're like, hey, guess what? You guys just hit a stretch goal. And now we're going to send you this. So I didn't know if there's anything hidden here, but Ken, this is such a fabulous game. I am so in on this. Let's talk about, we've given most of the information that we need here. It's Arthur's Guide to Martian Life by Ken Spencer. Once again, as we've said before, you can do it on Indiegogo. You can find it in the show notes. You can also just type in Rocket Age, Classic and 5e, Arthur's Guide to Martian Life, Ken Spencer, any of those things. You should be able to get there. I know before we jumped on, you mentioned that you're going to be at a con that I'm going to be at. What have you got coming up where people can actually maybe meet you?
Oh, sure. I'll be at GaryCon this week in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Hopefully sunny Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, but it's Wisconsin in March, so who knows?
We were in Wisconsin last week, and it was snowy Wisconsin.
Yes, they're calling for rain this week. But again,
fabulous.
It's the Midwest. Weather isn't existing until you actually see it. And even then, you may not really believe it. So I'll be there. I'll be running events, and I will be at the Frog God Games booth, which will also be hosting Why Not Games merchandise. And I'll be available to sign books or talk to people about Rocket Age and talk to people about our current Indiegogo.
Fantastic. I urge you to not only support this, but go to GaryCon, meet Ken, play some games, and pick up Rocket Age, because you are not going to be sorry. And definitely jump in on this one. It's not very much. $20 and you've got the book, you've got the PDF. You're good to go. And then start getting those add-ons. If you don't have Rocket Age, you can get your add-ons right here on Indiegogo and be ready to go with this really, really cool product. Ken, thank you so much for coming on. And by the way,
having me on.
I love that hat.
Oh,
there's nothing better than somebody that shows up in costume. Unless you're not in costume, I hope I'm not offending.
No, I have a costume for just about every game I run at conventions now.
Good. I go with Pasty Podcaster. That's the costume I'm going with. Yes. All right. Thanks, Ken. And I'm sure we'll have you on again in the near future. Yes, and I'm going to definitely get you on TTPRG Insider.
Oh, sure.
What an awesome project. The Indiegogo for Arthur's Guide to Martian Life ends on March 29th. You don't want to miss your chance to support this project, so go check it out right away. The link is in the show notes. Thanks again, Ken, for coming on the show and sharing this awesome project with us. If you or anyone you know has a crowdfunding effort about to launch or currently going, send them our way. We love to share cool projects and to help people reach their goals. You can connect with me through the Go Fund This Podcast Facebook page or via email directly at rob@smgpods.com. You can find links to this Indiegogo and any links we discussed in the show notes. Go Fund This is a production of Southgate Media Group, hosted, edited, and produced by me, Rob Southgate. Thanks again for listening to Go Fund This.